Hey, brother! Hey! Welcome to The Shift, brought to you by MurphysMagic.com. I am your virtuous host, Chris Ramsey. Your kung fu is pretty good. Happy New Year! What's up, guys? Welcome to The Shift 2015 edition. What? 2015? What? We have two things on the deal for this week. The first of which is pretty amazing here. We have the Alchemist series self-bending screwdriver by Taiwan Ben. Not sure if that's your real name, Taiwan. Sound more like a character out of a Guy Ritchie movie. Oi! Do you hear about Taiwan Ben? Bending screwdrivers and things like that. And secondly, we have Babel by Chris Philpott. Babel is sort of like an expansion or a second release of his 100th Monkey principle. We'll get into that as well. Before we go on with the deal, I do want to announce the winner of last week's prize. This week's winner is Walter Durham. Walter, get in touch with us and we'll send you your prize. Thank you to everyone who participated. Your guys' suggestions rock, every one of them. It was actually a really hard thing to choose one, so I'll hit you guys up again for sure for the next one. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get into the deal. We're gonna start off with the Alchemist self-bending screwdriver. Let me set you guys up for the clip a little bit. This was at New Year, like a New Year's Eve party, and I'm performing the Alchemist screwdriver in a garage. Like, what a better place to perform something using a screwdriver, right? So check it out, and we'll talk a little bit about the effects after this. All right, look, I went into your tool shed, and I got some screwdrivers.
Yeah.
And I bent one.
What?
Okay, so hold your hand out.
Can I smoke?
Yeah, you can smoke. Hold your hand out, put this one in, this is the bent one you have in your hand, so hold it in your hand.
Yeah.
And I have the straight one.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. See how it's straight?
Yeah.
Watch. I want you to concentrate. I want you to start, you can actually start feeling some heat, not from the lamp, but from, you can feel some heat actually start to generate in your hand. Do you feel that? You're gonna start to feel a little bit of heat generate in your hand.
A bit. Vibrations.
You feel a little bit, eh? It's gonna get more and more intense as you think about it. The more you think about it, the more intense it gets. The more intense it gets, the more you start to think about it. You start to feel it heat up, and you can actually start to feel it start to change right now. Remember I had the straight one?
Mm-hmm.
Watch. You see how that's bent?
Wow.
Okay. I want you to open your hand, slowly.
Wow. That's cool. Can I have my screwdrivers back?
Yeah, sure, here you go.
Amazing.
Other bent. Included in this DVD set, you get a DVD explaining the gimmicks that you receive, and you also receive two gimmicks, so that was interesting. You receive basically one unbent one and one bent one, and they sort of do, opposite things. How does this work? If you're familiar with other self-bending items, possibly like a fork out there, stuff like that, then you'll be familiar with the method here. It's no big secret to those of you who don't know it. You'll be pleasantly surprised when you pick up this product. It definitely is high quality. It works. It's great. I mean, a lot of times when I'm working with these things, I'm afraid of once they're in the get ready, which, mind you, takes 20 seconds to get ready. It's really great. When you're in that get ready, you're a bit nervous. You're like, is it gonna start bending by itself? Is it gonna start behaving weirdly? But no, it's great. Room temperature, not a problem. I think it's a great thing to do if you can organically introduce screwdrivers. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be at a walk around gig and be like, here, examine these screwdrivers. Or examine this screwdriver. I just so happen to have one. It's not an object you would carry around with you normally, unless you were like a, I don't know, like a contractor or mechanic or something. In which case, you know, it'd be great, but then why would you be doing magic, right? So in this particular scenario, I thought it'd be cool to have it start out in the garage and make him believe that they were actually his screwdrivers. So that could maybe, you know, work great for TV. Also, I guess parlor, if you have a few objects there and you have the audience member choose one of these objects for you to bend with your mind, that could be cool. Maybe force it with an equivoque or something. You know, that could be cool, and that might be a good way to organically introduce the object. Other than just saying, here's a screwdriver, I'm gonna, you know, bend it with my mind. Which is cool in itself, mind you. It's a cool thing to do. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you told me that, if I walked up, like if you walked out to me and said, here's, I'm gonna bend it with my mind, I'd be like, I'm gonna call the police. Other than that, the gimmicks are very well crafted. The DVD is impeccable. It's great. The production quality from Sans Mind is always top notch, so that's very good. I would say the only one downfall I would have with this product is with other products that are similar to this, if you were to hand it out after and say, go ahead and try to unbend it, or, you know, without forcing too much, they would try to unbend it and they wouldn't succeed because it's like a hardened metal. The screwdrivers that you receive here are functional, they're fine, they're good enough, but I'm afraid that if you try to unbend it or bend it too much, that you might actually ruin your gimmick a little bit. So I wouldn't advise anybody to hand it out and ask them to unbend it, because if they do, you might run into a snag. Other than that, the product is great. So good job for Sans Mind and Taiwan Ben. It's great. So encourage them if you want to do some impossible, self-working, powerful mentalism. Any self-bending object in a spectator's hand blows minds, for sure. So good stuff. Good job on the product. Next up we have Babel by Chris Philpott. It's the second release of his 100th Monkey principle. And I call it a principle because it really isn't a trick. It's something you can apply to tricks. Before you guys watch the video, I just want to let you know that every week I gotta film some of these effects, and I'm not always in the best setup position or whatever to perform these effects, and I've not put in 6 months work to learn this effect or which you don't need to, mind you, but I feel that this performance that I do, it's great, it worked perfectly. But this product deserves a lot more praise and attention than I gave it in this performance. So I apologize to Chris Philpott for the shoddy footage, and I just want to let you guys know that this is a really, really, really dope thing, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about it right after you check this out. So enjoy.
Do you like in the movies where somebody gets possessed, like demonic possessions, and they start to like speak different languages even though they don't know those languages? Isn't that crazy? Arthur? Can you read this word? Not you. Can you read this word?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Hochen.
Hochen, right?
Yeah.
That's actually German.
Oh, okay.
Look at me. What does that say?
Breathe.
Sorry?
Breathe.
It says breathe. Alright, look at me. That's actually the German word for breathe, is Hauchen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Arthur, what does that say?
Breathe.
Breathe? Look at me. What does that say, Arthur?
So that was me performing Babel, or one of the effects included in this by Chris Philpott. Chris has done such an overwhelmingly good job with his releases on following up with you, sending you new content, new routines, new effects, new props. I cannot say enough good things about this product or the previous one, which I also own. The 100th Monkey principle is basically as clean as you show somebody something, a word, and they see something else, even though the rest of the world, the camera, the audience sees another word. They see something else. And it isn't like a hologram thing, you know, those weird 3D hologram thing. It's a normal piece of paper. It's a normal piece of paper with something written on it that someone sees and someone sees something else. The possibilities are completely limitless. In this DVD, included with it is 2 DVDs, one of which containing PDF and a README file of the effects and things that you can do on your own at home with this principle. And the other DVD is basically him running through the routines and explaining what you get with this DVD. You get a ton of routines. I'm not going to go into every one of the routines, but the one you saw there was very, very basic. It's just something I took out of the box, I watched the DVD, and I could go out and perform right away. Had I taken more time, I would have set myself up in like a parlor, or he has this great one ahead principle with envelopes, which is absolutely astounding. I really wish I could have given it a greater performance, but I'll tell you what I will do. I will look into this more, and I'm gonna jam on some ideas and some presentations with some friends of mine, and I'll come back to showing you guys a performance of Babel in the future, because I really love this product and I really want to show you guys how powerful this can be. But if you know Chris Philpott's work, and if you possibly bought the book that he put out, or the previous DVD, which was 100th Monkey, you know how strong these effects play, because they play really strong. I encourage you guys to just go out and get this, simply to be aware of the method. If you're a working mentalist, or if you're interested in mentalism whatsoever, this is a principle you need to be aware of. So go out and get 100th Monkey if you don't have it. If not, you can get this one. You don't need the first one to perform this whatsoever. You could perform the effect here right out of the box, basically. So, Chris Philpott's Babel. I give it 1,000,000 stars. It's great, man. Look forward to the next one. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the products section of the episode. This week I couldn't really get out to jam, there wasn't any lectures going on due to the holidays, but there will be next week, so I'll definitely keep you guys in the know. Alright, for this week's contest, we're going to introduce a Q&A segment where you ask me 2 or 3 questions in the YouTube comments, and I'm going to pick you and answer those on the next episode, and you will win this week's prize. So go ahead and do that. Before I leave you guys, I want to teach you guys a little bit of a sleight, so a little tricky poo. All it is basically is a production for a sandwich routine. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It is free, so don't complain. Thank you. And let's get into it. We're going to use the 2 jacks. And I would have you, sir, just go ahead and touch a card. Oh, what's that? You don't exist? Oh, apologies. Ma'am, please? No? You neither? Okay. I will just select a card then. Perhaps this one here. Have a look at that card, would you? Thank you. Place that card somewhere into the center of the pack. I will now use the 2 jacks, and they will help me find your card, and I will place them just one on top of another like this. Now I know what you're thinking. Who are we to judge them? Love is love. Let them be. Alright, now if I snap my fingers, the card should appear between the 2 cards here. Ready? And there it is. Not quite at the same time I snap my finger, but you get the point. And the selection. So, there it is. I'll show you how this works. Basically, you control the card to the top, whatever your favorite method of controlling the card is. Get that to the top. Get a break. Drop those 2 on top of that. Now you have this as your 3rd card. You count off the first one up here, so up here. And you put the second one under your thumb. Now you're in this weird little position, but what happens is that when you put your thumb down, that card just automatically jumps out between these 2. And it kind of looks magical because like your mind almost thinks that it instantly appears between those 2, when in reality it starts up here and then this one goes down, but just the imagery of that, that's sort of how it's left. So that's a quick little sandwich routine that you can use. Go ahead, feel free. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to hit me up with some questions for the contest. And have a safe and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Peace out.